Happy New Year, everyone! Welcome back to StoryOrbitEN. We are so happy you are here with us at the very beginning of a brand new year.
Happy New Year! I love that feeling when the calendar changes and suddenly everyone is full of hope, ideas, and a little bit of confusion too.
Yes, it feels like everyone suddenly believes anything is possible, even things we ignored or postponed all year. This is our first episode of the year. Just a few days ago, it was December 31st. Fireworks, messages, countdowns, and now suddenly it is January and real life is back.
And people everywhere are asking the same question. What am I going to change this year?
Yes! New Year always comes with that pressure and excitement mixed together. And I think that question can feel exciting, but also a little heavy. Because suddenly it feels like you are supposed to fix your whole life in 1 year.
Yes, like the calendar changes and expectations immediately appear out of nowhere.
Exactly. And for many people, the new year is not just happiness. It can also be reflection, comparison, even a bit of anxiety.
Which is very normal, by the way. If you are listening and you feel that, you are not strange or alone.
Totally. The new year is emotional for a lot of people, even if we do not talk about it much. And today we want to talk about something very common this time of year: simple resolutions.
And if you are listening and thinking, wait, what exactly is a resolution? Don't worry, you are not alone.
True. In this context, a resolution is basically a promise you make to yourself at the start of the year. It is a decision like, I want to change this, or I want to improve that.
Exactly. It is not a rule from someone else. No one forces you. It is something you choose for yourself.
For example, people say, my resolution is to exercise more, or my resolution is to practice English every week.
And today, we are not talking about big dramatic resolutions that make you feel stressed.
Not the scary ones, the simple, human ones. But before that, I need to tell you how my year started, because I was in Spain and I experienced something very special.
Ah, yes, the famous grape story. And this is a great example of how New Year traditions can be very different depending on the country you are in.
Yes. And trust me, it involves stress, luck, and a lot of chewing.
This already sounds stressful.
It is a tradition in Spain. On New Year's Eve, at midnight, when the clock strikes 12, people eat one grape for each strike. So 12 strikes, 12 grapes. And each grape is supposed to bring you good luck for 1 month of the year.
Wait, eat a grape on every single bell sound?
Exactly. And let me tell you, those bells are fast.
I am panicking just listening to this.
I panicked while living it. Imagine a big square, lots of people, everyone holding grapes, some people already laughing nervously, and then the clock starts. Dong, grape, dong, grape. And you are chewing like your life depends on it.
I love how traditions can be both beautiful and chaotic at the same time.
Exactly. And what I loved most was seeing everyone laughing even when they failed. Some people dropped grapes, some were still chewing at the end.
So it was not about doing it perfectly.
Not at all. It was more about sharing the moment. And I think that says a lot about how we should think about the new year, too.
This is amazing. So for listeners, the word strike here means when the clock hits or makes a sound, not hitting with your hand, but the sound of the bell.
Exactly. Thank you for that. And also the word tradition. A tradition is something people do again and again, usually every year or on special occasions, because it is part of their culture.
Did you survive all 12 grapes?
I did. Barely. But I had to peel the grapes first so I could chew and swallow them faster. Still, I felt very proud and very hopeful.
Hopeful is a good word for today. New Year always feels hopeful, even if nothing really changes on January 1st.
Yes, and that is where resolutions come in, because people think, new year, new me.
That phrase alone makes me tired.
Same. It sounds motivating at first, but it can also make people feel guilty when change does not happen instantly.
I remember one year, I wrote my resolutions on a piece of paper and put it on my desk.
Oh, that already sounds very organized.
Too organized. By February, the paper was still there, but I had stopped looking at it.
That is such a real image.
And the funny part is, some things on that list happened anyway, just not in the way or speed I expected.
That is interesting because it shows that change does not always follow our plan.
Exactly. Sometimes life chooses the resolution for you.
So let's slow it down for our listeners. The word resolution in this context means a decision or a promise you make to yourself at the beginning of the year.
So, Jessica, did you make any resolutions this year?
I did, but they are very simple. One of them is to drink more water.
That is very reasonable.
I know. I realize that sometimes half the day passes and I am like, have I had water or only coffee?
This is relatable. And relatable is a good word for listeners. It means when you hear something and you think, that is me. I feel that too.
Exactly. What about you, Tom? Any resolutions?
I decided to stop making huge resolutions. That is my resolution.
I love that.
In the past, I would say things like, I will wake up at 5 every day, and then day 2 comes, and I am negotiating with my alarm clock like it is a human being.
Negotiating is such a good verb. It means trying to reach an agreement. Like, if I sleep 10 more minutes, I promise I will be productive later.
Exactly. And spoiler alert, it never works.
So this year, I think many people feel the same. They want a fresh start, but without pressure.
Fresh start is another expression worth explaining. It means beginning again, leaving the past behind, like a clean page.
Yes, and people often think January 1st is magic, but honestly, you can have a fresh start any day.
This is important for learners to hear. You do not need a perfect moment.
Totally. Especially with language learning, progress often comes from small, imperfect steps repeated many times. And also, resolutions are very cultural. In some countries, people talk about them a lot. In others, not so much.
In my family, we talk about them for about 5 minutes and then never mention them again.
Same. And then in March, someone says, "Remember when you said you would run a marathon?"
And you say, I meant emotionally.
That made me laugh. So, listeners, here is a question for you. Do you usually make resolutions or do you avoid them?
And if you do make them, do you keep them secret? Or do you tell everyone?
That matters. Because when you tell people, sometimes you feel more pressure.
Pressure is that feeling when you think you must do something or people will judge you.
Exactly. And pressure can be motivating for some people, but stressful for others.
I am definitely in the stressful group.
Me too. That is why I like the idea of gentle resolutions.
Gentle is a nice adjective. It means soft, not aggressive, kind to yourself.
Yes. For example, instead of saying, "I will never eat sweets again," you can say, "I will enjoy sweets more mindfully."
Mindfully is an interesting word. It means paying attention to what you are doing, being present.
Exactly. And it sounds much nicer. It also feels less like punishment. Many resolutions sound like punishment.
Another common one is learning English, actually.
Yes, many of you listening might have that resolution.
And if that is you, congratulations. You are already doing it by listening to this podcast.
And we really mean that. Sometimes people think learning English only counts if you study grammar or memorize words.
But listening is learning. Understanding a little more than yesterday is progress.
Even if you do not understand everything right now, your brain is working. It is connecting sounds, meanings, rhythm.
So if your resolution is learning English, please be kind to yourself. You are already on the path.
I also want to say something important to anyone who feels shy or afraid when speaking English.
Yes, that fear is very common.
Many learners think everyone is listening carefully and judging every mistake.
But most people are just happy you are trying to communicate.
Exactly. Communication is about connection, not perfection.
And every conversation, even a short one, builds confidence little by little.
So if you ever hesitate before speaking, remember that courage is also part of learning.
Exactly. And see, that is a simple resolution. Listen to English a little bit every week, not be fluent in 3 months.
Please no. That is too much.
And fluent, by the way, means speaking smoothly and easily without many pauses.
And that takes time. Time and patience.
Another resolution I like is be kinder to myself. That sounds abstract, but it is important.
Abstract means not very concrete. not easy to see or touch.
How do you make that more concrete then?
For me, it means not talking to myself in a negative way. Like if I make a mistake, I do not say, I am terrible. I say, okay, that happened. I can learn from it.
That inner voice is powerful.
Very. And many learners are very hard on themselves. They say, my English is bad instead of my English is improving.
Exactly. That small change matters. So listeners, next time you make a mistake in English, try saying, this is part of learning.
I love that. Let's talk about how the new year actually started. Because expectations are often very high.
Yes. People think they will wake up on January 1st feeling like a new person. And then you wake up with the same habits and maybe a headache.
Especially if you ate 12 grapes very fast.
Exactly. The phrase, new year, new me, is very popular, but also a bit unrealistic. Unreasonable expectations can make people feel like failures very quickly.
Failure is a strong word. It means not succeeding at something.
And not following a resolution does not mean you failed as a person.
Exactly. Maybe the resolution was just not right for you, or the timing was wrong, or life happened.
Life always happens. So for English learners, here is a useful expression: to stick to something.
Yes. To stick to a resolution means to continue doing it, not give up. For example, I tried to stick to my resolution of reading every night.
And the opposite would be to give up. I gave up after 2 weeks, which is very human.
Very. Another nice phrase is, take it one day at a time.
That means not thinking too far to the future. Just focus on today.
That helps with resolutions a lot, especially simple ones.
Like today I drink water. Tomorrow we will see. Perfect.
So Tom, if you had to suggest one simple resolution to listeners, what would it be?
I would say create one small daily habit you enjoy, not something you hate.
Enjoy is key. Because if you enjoy it, you are more likely to continue. Likely means probable. With a good chance?
Exactly. For me, that habit is reading 10 minutes before bed.
That sounds cozy.
Cozy is another nice word. It means comfortable and warm, usually emotionally.
I love that word.
And what about you? One suggestion.
I would say, choose a resolution that makes your life easier, not harder.
That is great advice. For example, preparing clothes the night before or planning meals a bit. That reduces stress.
Exactly. So listeners, think about this question. What is one small thing that could make your days slightly better?
Not perfect, just better. And remember, you can start today, not next Monday, not next month.
Today counts. We are getting close to the end, and I feel very calm.
Me too. I think this conversation itself is a gentle start to the year.
Yes. And if this year feels confusing or uncertain for you, that is okay. You do not need everything figured out.
Sometimes the best resolution is simply to keep going.
To stay curious, to stay open, and to take care of yourself while you learn and grow.
That is more than enough.
You know what else I realized this week? The beginning of the year is very quiet after all the noise.
Yes, it feels slower somehow.
And that quiet space can feel uncomfortable, but it can also be a chance to listen to yourself.
And notice what you actually need, not what you think you should want.
Exactly. And maybe that is why simple resolutions feel so right now.
They leave room for life to happen naturally.
And also, this conversation actually reminds me of how we started StoryOrbitEN. We did not have a big plan or perfect structure.
Yes, we just said, let's talk, let's share stories, and maybe it helps someone feel less alone while learning English.
Exactly. And little by little, episode by episode, it became something real.
Which is funny because that is exactly what we are talking about today. Simple steps, no pressure, just showing up.
So, if there is one quiet message behind this episode, it is that progress often starts in very ordinary moments, like this one.
2 people talking, and you listening, right here, right now.
Before we finish, let's quickly recap some words and expressions we used today. We talked about resolution, which is a promise or decision for the new year. Tradition, something people do regularly as part of culture.
Relatable, when you feel connected because you have the same experience. Stick, 2, meaning continue doing something.
Give up, meaning stop trying. Fresh start, a new beginning, and take it one day at a time.
We would love to hear from you. Write in the comments one simple resolution you have, or write a sentence using the word resolution.
Or tell us if you ate grapes on New Year's Eve.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
Happy New Year again, and see you in the next episode of Story Orbit N. Bye!